Hey guys, what's up? I'm Slim and you're watching Slimithy TV. In this video, I've got a really cool one for you guys. Pitaka was kind enough to send out their Aramid fiber magnetic power bank, which you guys can see right here. This is Qi2 certified, and this is the sunset color model right here. Taking a look around the box, we've got Aramid fiber, 5000 milliamp hour battery capacity, 15 watt fast wireless charging, and on the back here, there's just a little bit of information about the product. On the side, you can see it does say sunset. So that is the color that should be in here. Let's crack it open. And there we go. We are presented with the battery bank itself in a very premium looking package here. Let's go ahead and pull it out just like so and take a quick look at this before we see what else is in the box. Probably nothing much, but we'll take a look. It says Pitaka right here. And this is a nice Aramid fiber weave right here. You can really feel the texture, which is always something I enjoy with Pitaka products. On the back here, this is a nice soft touch material. And I believe there is a button right here. If I press that, it lights up down here to let you know about how much charge is left in the battery bank. Taking a look around the side, we got the regulatory warnings and there's that button. This is not super clean, but I think they have to put that on there for certain countries. So it is what it is. And then over here on the side, looks like the battery capacity claims to be 5,000 at 19.25 watt hours, but the rated capacity is 3,000 milliamp hours, which makes sense for something of this size. Now, the first thing I notice about this is that it doesn't feel heavy, but I think that's because this is wider than most battery packs. I think that explains why it's so much thinner than others that are at the same capacity. So let's see what else we got in here. Looks like we've just got a little product manual, which I will show you guys in case you lose yours. There you go. You can take a look at that. Not much to see here, but of course we will go over all of this in just a moment. Let me clean this up and let's weigh this thing. All right, we got the scale here. Let's go ahead and put this battery pack on there, see what it is. 118 grams for this battery pack. And like I said, I think the weight is really spread out because it does not feel heavy at all. And I think that's because they've made it so much wider than other battery packs. Now let's go ahead and let's stick it on the back of the Desert Titanium iPhone 16 Pro here and the Pitaka battery pack right here. Let's stick it on there and see how it goes. It should start charging on its own without me pressing any buttons. We'll give it a moment here. I am on the beta, so yep, there it goes. MagSafe logo, charging up without issue. There are no outward signs that is charging. There's no like flashing lights on the outside, but if I take this off real quick, you guys will see there's a blue light right there. So I believe that blue light lets you know that it's MagSafe charging. But the really cool thing about this charger in particular is this is not just an input port. So of course you charge up this battery pack, from the wall, plug it in, charge it up. But this is also an output port, which means you can plug a USB-C to USB-C cable from here into your phone and charge up at 20 watts instead of the normal 15 for MagSafe. So if you are in a rush and you don't want to generate heat on your phone for whatever reason, you can easily plug your phone into this and get a faster charge up as well. So this can be used in two different ways. Trust me, we've all been there. I personally have been there at the airport. I just need a quick charge. I would much rather use the cable and quickly get a charge as opposed to MagSafe. But of course, those are very niche scenarios. So for the most part, you're just going to want to slap this on the back of your phone, connect it with MagSafe and charge it up. Now let's go ahead and test out the MagSafe strength and see how strong it is. Okay, that is very strong for a MagSafe battery pack. So you do not have to have a case to use this battery pack. There are other battery packs made by other manufacturers out there, I'm not going to name names, where it does not stick nearly as well if you don't have their case. This one seems to stick just fine. Let's see what the clamp point is, or whatever you want to call it, where it breaks. Still hasn't broken. There it goes. Okay, so you have to really twist this one to get it to break that magnetic connection right there. So this is very, very strong magnetic connection on the phone, and I would not have any issues rocking this without a case. You can see it's basically exactly the same width-wise as the iPhone itself, and that gives it a really unique hand feel, and it's very comfortable. There's no issues with that at all. The other thing is that this is very thin. Check out how thin this is. This is ugly. I wish they didn't have all this, but it is what it is. They should have done it in this font, so it's harder to see. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if they're legally allowed, but that would be much nicer. Anyways, you can see just how thin this is. And like I said, this one is Qi2 certified, so you are pretty much future-proofed here. And that's great because the price of this one is a little high. It is higher than most other battery banks in its class, so keep that in mind. But if you have the Sunset Pitaka iPhone case, this is gonna look perfect with it. I mean, this is a match made in heaven with it. But even if you don't use a case like I do, I always rock my phone without a case. It works just fine. Bring this up real close one more time just so you guys can see that weaving design. Looks so good. Very premium feeling and looking. Now, Pitaka does have a sale going on from today, which is June 20th, 2025, I think for the next 5 or 6 days. So if you are quick enough to get in on this, you guys can go check out their website. Links to everything down below. If you missed the sale, no worries, just subscribe to the channel. I'm sure there will be more in the future, but you're gonna wanna subscribe so you don't miss these videos. Anyways, that's all I got. If you liked the video, hit it with a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.